Good morning. Good morning. Oh my
Good
goodness.
morning.
It is April
There it
Fool's.
goes. I was waiting for it to, pop up.
Yeah, so I think it's a little slow this morning. Either that or I'm slow with my fingers.
I think it's me. I think it's me too. So,
My
okay. I
good.
may have to take my glasses off at some point today, but so
Yeah, do what you need to do. Poor Christine got in a little accident over the weekend, so she is sore. So everyone prayers for healing, very fast healing for
yeah,
Christine.
that's where my face bounced off the side of my house.
Yeah, and that's like the
I have one here, but I also have one here. So I don't know how I managed to walk both sides of my nose. I don't know.
craziness.
I
Well,
know. It is
I
kind of
just
crazy.
pray that you have very fast healing. So, for everyone
Yeah.
tuning in, welcome to the Wellness Wake Up Weekly. Today is a special April Fool's Day edition. We are going to be talking a little bit about some things that are basically like jokes that are out there, myths or truths. And so, we're going to dive into that momentarily. In the meantime, we are going to quickly introduce ourselves just in case this is the very first time you're tuning into the Wellness Wake Up Weekly. I want to make sure that you know who we are, and then we'll dive into the topic. So, Christine, why don't you go first?
Okay, so I am Christine Lunceford. I am in North Central Arkansas. I am married to my sweet, sweet husband, and we have 4 Jack Russells, 7 chickens. Sorry, the brain is definitely rattled this week. It just is. And I am an Empower You coach. So I coach women through how to pay attention to the patterns, which we were talking about before we get on here, the patterns that I have noticed since I smacked my face against the house. So I teach people how to notice patterns, and it's very interesting and empowering to be aware of what's going on. So,
Yes. And her book is all about that too. So you got to pick up Christine's book as well. So,
yes.
and we can pop that in the comments after our show.
Okay.
And I am Carrie Marie Vaughn. I am in upstate New York, and I am an Unstickify Your Life coach. I help people to get unstuck in different areas of their life and get into momentum, have clarity, just be less stressed, all of the things. And we have 3 cats of our own. And we also currently have 3 of our grandkitties and a grandpuppy living with us, along with our son and his girlfriend. So, anyway, we have a full house. And we also have 2 daughters as well that do not live here. So, anyway, diving back into today's topic, because first of all, let me just ask you guys this question. What if things you have been told are healthy, or maybe things that are labeled as healthy, are actually some of the reasons that you've been stuck, especially around your health, your wellness, your mental health, how you feel, all of that? What if the things that you thought were healthy, or that you thought you were doing right because that's what you had heard, is actually what's keeping you stuck? Oh my goodness. Can you even imagine? First of all, so drop a comment if you've ever seen labels on things that make it look like it's healthy, all
Mhm.
natural. Like, what are some of the other things that are out there? I don't know. Anyway, and
Oh,
we've heard all different things.
I know. Low fat.
Yeah. Yeah. The
That's
this
not necessarily a good thing. No sugar. No sugar added. That's the big one that just absolutely just smokes me all the time. I'm like, really?
Yeah, yeah, and then they use chemicals instead.
I know.
Oh, we
It's
didn't add sugar,
so
but we added chemicals. That's just as bad or worse. So,
no.
um,
Oh,
we're gonna be testing you a tiny bit, because today's April Fool's Day, and since some of the health advice that we've been given is like a joke, we're gonna be doing a little bit of kind of like a quiz, but not really. We're gonna just pop up on the screen some things, and we're gonna ask you if it's truth or myth, and then we're gonna dive into that topic. So you're only gonna have a second to guess. So, all right, here we go. Did I already put it up? Oh, no. Sorry. I thought I was showing it on the screen. I guess I'm not. Okay. Myth or truth? Eat less, move more. What do you think? I want to see some interaction here in the comments. What do you think? Myth or truth? Eat less, move more. So in theory,
Yes.
that can be true, but it's not necessarily true. It's actually a myth.
Yes.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yes. And
Oh
my
my God.
husband is the perfect person to talk about under eating. So he couldn't
Mm,
lose any weight. And he's like, well, I've only ever ate one meal a day. So I kept telling him, that's why you're stuck. That's why you're
yeah.
stuck. Well, it took him going to the doctor, and thank you for her. She's like, what do you mean you only eat once a day?
Mm-mm.
You can't do that. Your body goes into starvation mode, and then everything you put in it, it goes, I can't let it go. I can't let it go. I can't let it go. So it's going to make you be stuck.
Yeah.
Under
It's
eat.
one thing to do a fast every once in a while to help your cells and everything replenish and all of that, but not on a super regular basis because under eating actually is slowing the metabolism down. So you're almost it's
Mhm.
almost a detriment if you're only eating once a day every day. It's one thing if it is like a short-term thing, like you're doing a short-term fast or whatever it is, but if you're under eating consistently, it's going to start slowing your metabolism down. And nobody wants to start slowing their metabolism down. No, thank you.
We're not talking about controlled intentional fasting. That's not what we're talking about.
Right, right. We're talking about if you're basically just skipping meals, thinking that you are skipping meals to lose weight and it's not working for you.
Kind of like not eating all day and then gorging yourself on Christmas dinner. Newsflash, that doesn't work.
You know, it's funny. When I was little, I used to like eat my dinner and I would like visualize like a little spot in my stomach for my dessert. I would stop eating before I was full so that I would have like this much space for dessert. I especially really loved my favorite thing was raspberry turnovers. And so I would pretend there was a spot this big left in my stomach.
Actually, you know what? That's actually not a bad trick even as an adult. Save room, so you stop eating before you're that's actually not a bad thing, but that's not our so the other side of that is over exercising.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Over exercising.
and again, don't hear what we're not saying. We're not telling you not to exercise. We're telling
No.
you to be aware of the exercise you're doing. So it's interesting because you've anybody who's watched any of our episodes, and if you haven't, go back and watch them. I talk about the Eat Right for Your Blood Type. Full disclosure, when I started reading it over 10 years ago, I literally only read about the food. That's all I cared about. And I've started reading about through the rest of the book because it's kind of intense and kind of textbookish.
Mm.
It's not very, you know,
It's not
it's not
it's not an easy read.
not an easy read, but he was talking about blood type, and I've heard this before, but the type of exercise that you get.
Mm.
So it even comes down to your blood type, what type of exercise, and your age and your ability. And I know, Carrie Marie, you and I were talking about, I think it was my mom telling me there was a 600-pound man that wanted to lose weight and he wanted to do it naturally. Well, here's the thing. You can't send somebody that is in that condition to go work out hardcore at the gym, despite what the, famous show said. There's a whole documentary on that too. Anyway,
Uh-huh.
um, so you have to over exercising can actually injure you.
Yeah, and it increases your stress hormones, which then does the opposite on your body. Like now you're stalling again because your body is under stress. So
Mhm.
it's like if you think you need to go to the gym for 2 hours a day and do this intense workout, that is actually detrimental to you unless you have been literally leading up to that and training for something specific. You can't go from doing nothing to working out intense and for a very long time and expect that it's going to be good for your body. You're going to end up injured. You're going to end up increasing your stress so much. And you're also at a huge risk for just quitting altogether because you are so stressed out and so overwhelmed with a brand new intense thing that you can't stick with it very long. It's just a natural thing our bodies do. We go into fight, flight, or freeze mode, and it's something that is overwhelming to us if we literally like go. It's basically like people trying to quit smoking cold turkey. Yes, some people can do that, but it's extremely hard, and it can actually be harmful to the body in just kicking everything out all at once. So
Isn't that crazy?
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, exactly. And so your body just doesn't respond well to being underfed and overworked. You need to balance things out a little bit. You need to be sure that you are fueling your body throughout the day and of course moving your body. We're not telling you to not work out, and we're not telling you to overeat either, but you need to do it in moderation, both of them in moderation. Eat in moderation and making sure that the food that you're putting in your body is nutritious, that you're fueling your body, and that you are doing workouts that are good for your body. You're moving your body in a way that your body can handle and that you're not overdoing it. So,
Yes, yes, intentional. I hear you
mhm,
saying intentional. Be
yeah,
intentional. Know your numbers, know yourself, be intentional. So, eating less and moving more is not gonna be beneficial. So, it is a flat out myth
it
unless
is.
you are very intentional with like, if you're eating 6,000 calories day, yes, you can lower it to, 2,000 calories maybe, but be intentional.
Yeah. And you know what I have found as well, like you and I know, like the fit fuel
Oh,
that we drink is amazing. Like first of all, you can add it into anything. Like I added into my coffee. I made a smoothie yesterday where I took 2 scoops, which is the official full serving, with some frozen raspberries and some water. Super basic and it was delicious. It was literally a raspberry milkshake. So delicious. And so something like that I can have throughout the day to help keep my body fueled and give me all of the nutrients that I need and all the gut health stuff all in this one drink, which is cool. So if I'm worried about, oh, maybe I'm not eating enough or eating too much or whatever, I can just throw in something like that throughout the day and making sure that I'm staying fueled with something that is good for my body.
absolutely, absolutely, and I've been taking the balance every morning to help with
Wow.
I've been okay, I did really good up until I smacked my face, and then I skipped
Yeah,
2 days, and then this morning I got up and went, "Why am I skipping? I
right.
need it more than ever now."
Right. That's when your
So
body needs the nutrients.
I did drink it this morning, and then I put hydrate in it, and
Mm,
I add extra protein because then I get the protein boost in the morning,
yeah.
which for me is good. That's another myth we could talk about, which we're not talking about today, but anyway,
We're not
um,
talking about today. All
we're
right.
not talking about that one today. So,
So
next one.
now we're gonna do the next one. All right. You tell us this, myth or truth.
I love this
Don't
one.
eat food with ingredients you can't pronounce. Oh, we've all heard this, right?
I've heard people say it. I
Mhm.
won't eat it if I can't pronounce it, and I'm thinking,
Yeah, and I mean, there are a lot of ingredients in foods that we eat or that are out there on the shelves, I should say, that you shouldn't eat. Because
absolutely.
but that's not a steadfast rule necessarily. So, I'm gonna actually put something up, and I'm gonna see if you guys can pronounce it. Hold on just a second. My fingers need to move here. Okay, so let's see if I can show this one. All right. Can anyone say that? Try.
Let's see,
Let's see.
para-amino benzoic acid.
Ooh, that was actually pretty good. Look at you. Nice.
I
It
used to spell phonetically, so I always sounded things out.
Yeah, well, that's good, and, like, for short, it's actually PABA, so that's even easier, like, "Paba."
Yeah,
So, anyway, so let's see, does that sound like something that you should be putting in your body or avoiding it? I mean, first of all, it says acid. The beginning part is very hard to pronounce, and it says acid, so, like, at first glance, I'd be like, "Mm-mm, No, thank you. I don't wanna put that in my body. That sounds scary.
Yeah, yeah. So this is definitely a myth.
Mhm.
100% a myth. So I'm going to give you an example of one that you can pronounce. Sugar.
Yeah,
Sugar.
I was just thinking about this morning about how, when I purposely and intentionally don't have sugar at all, I don't have aches and pains and things like that. I'm like, "Hmm."
Interesting.
And I'm definitely more clear-minded. So, look at what sugar does to the body.
Okay, so let's tell them what this whatever this word, I've got to sound it out again.
Yes, sound it out again.
Benzoic acid.
Yeah. It's actually good for you. Boop-a-doo.
Uh-huh.
It's good for supporting healthy hair, okay.
Uh-huh.
Doo-doo-doo. Um, Skin protection and even preventing hair thinning. So, if you want to
I
strengthen
don't
your
have that.
hair and your skin, that's something you actually want to put in your body. Of course, anything that we have, any vitamins, any nutrients, whatever, we want to make sure that we're doing it in moderation and you have it in something that, like, you don't just take this straight up. Um,
Be smart, people.
yes. Yeah, you can't you like we could always overdo it with something that's healthy, so we want to make sure that we are doing it, that we're taking it in a way that is meant for us in the right amount. But we actually have it in our glow gummies. Did you know that?
They're so
This
good. I
Yeah,
ran
they
out
are
the
so
other day.
delicious.
Yummy. I love them.
Yeah, and like, the glow gummies itself, it's also mixed with other ingredients, and that's the thing that I love about a lot of the products that we have is that they're formulated to work the best in our body with other ingredients, like, all the ingredients are paired together on purpose so
Mhm.
that we get the best benefits and our body actually utilizes it, because have you ever taken a vitamin and you, like, go to the bathroom and it's fluorescent yellow? That's actually, like, all the vitamins just coming out in your urine. Our body just passes it through and it doesn't even use it. So I love that the products that we use and that we talk about all the time on here are products that are specifically formulated so our body is absorbing it and using it so that we're getting the most benefit out of it. Because who wants to be taking vitamins every day or spending money on things that are not even being used by our body, that we're literally just peeing them out? That's silly.
It's
That's a
expensive
waste.
urine, and, I don't think we tell people this enough, but if you want the products that we use, reach out to us.
Yeah,
We
just
do
tell
sell
us.
them, but we don't we so, yeah, comparing or pairing things, it's kinda like our gold
Yeah.
because it
Yeah.
has turmeric in it. Well, if you don't pair it with the right thing, turmeric really doesn't do anything except dye everything yellow.
Yes. Yes, exactly. You need to be sure that you're having things that are formulated properly, and that's
Yeah,
that's why I do love these 2 because we have people who are actually like, that's what they do. That's what
I
their
know.
specialty is.
Okay, so next week, we're not gonna talk about this too much, but next week, you
Yeah.
wanna tune in because we're gonna take a deep dive into ingredients.
Yes, yes, it's gonna be, literally
Oh
trivia
my
style, so you have to tune in because we are going to test your knowledge. We're gonna be putting up hard to pronounce ingredients on the screen, and then we're gonna let you guess if it's good or bad, what it does, and where it's found. So, definitely, definitely tune in next week for
yes.
sure.
Oh, and there's a prize,
Oh,
or
yes, yes, yes! We're
we
giving
have
away prizes!
it's a giveaway. Anyway, so tune in because then you will find out what that is. Okay,
Yes.
next
Oh,
myth.
hang on a second. I don't have the next one ready. Let me Okay, all right. I'm ready.
Okay, this one is good. This one is so
Yes.
good.
Myth or truth? You must drink 8 cups of water per day. We've all heard this one, right? Like, we've been told this since we were young, I feel like.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I've heard this forever.
It
I
goes right along with the pyramid. Remember the pyramid that we
oh,
all learned about in school? And that
which
how you're
is
supposed to
so
have all
wrong,
those grains at the bottom? Like, oh my goodness. Okay. So,
so wrong.
that's a whole 'nother thing. We
So
won't go down
wrong, and
that
that's another
road.
myth that we don't have to touch on or we're not gonna touch on today, but yes, I remember being very adamant about drinking 8 Oh, we've got an answer from Brett. He says it's the truth.
Oh, all right, Brett. You think that this one is a truth. All right. All
It's
right. So
actually
Brett thinks that this one is a truth. Anyone else want to guess? Myth or truth? You must drink 8 cups of water per day. So,
it's actually a myth.
it's actually a myth. Can you believe it? Because of course we're supposed to be drinking water, but the 8 cups is the part that's the myth.
Okay, so let's see. The person that should be drinking 8 cups of water, I'm going to do a little math here. Okay, hold on.
You have to put it into ounces first to figure it out.
Okay, no, I did that and I was like, that's not right. So the person who needs to drink 8 cups of water per day is somebody who weighs around 128 pounds.
All right. So Brett,
Those
I don't know
of you
if you're 128 pounds,
that
maybe
that is the
maybe
truth.
that's right. It's a truth for you. But for the most part, you are actually supposed to be drinking. So whatever you weigh in pounds, you
Mhm.
are supposed to be, what is it, in ounces of how many ounces you're
Yes.
supposed to be drinking of
So
water.
I should be drinking 12 and a half cups of water a day.
And this is not counting, you have to adjust it if you're more active or if you live in like hot climates.
Mhm.
So there's always something a little different. The 8 cups is just completely a myth because there's really not a lot of people that fit into that specific thing. Like there are some, of course, but like the majority of us, we need to make sure that we are drinking for our body and where we live and our activities.
Yes. I
So
would say that that could be maybe the bare minimum.
yeah, I mean, if you don't drink that much water, if you don't drink 8 cups of water a day and you're over 128 pounds and or you are super active or live in a hot climate, then you definitely, oh my goodness, you're dehydrated. Let me tell you, you're
Yes.
dehydrated
And
because
I did see and okay, I saw this, and I don't know how true it is for humans, but basically, if you stand your skin up on the back of your hand and it,
and
like,
it
sits in a
stays.
ridge, then you are severely dehydrated. If it goes down slow, then you're mildly dehydrated.
Oh
I don't know.
yeah, I have heard that too. And
I've
the other
heard that,
thing too
and
is
I
that
don't know if it's a truth or a myth, so there you go.
I don't know if that one is or not. I have heard that one as well. And like if your fingers are wizzly, almost like you just got out of like a bathtub or a pool or something like that, but you haven't actually been, that I have also heard is a sign of dehydration. Again, I don't know if that's actually true. We didn't check on that. but,
But
but
as far as leaders, I don't know. I don't know my
leaders,
yeah, he said 3 liters. I don't know.
okay,
I
we're gonna have to do the conversion into ounces. Can
I
you
was
Google
gonna
it?
say, yeah, well, let's see.
You Google it and let us know what the what the conversion is between ounces and liters. And but it really depends on how much you weigh and if you're active. Like Brett, I don't know if you work out, if you live in a hot environment or what you weigh. And you don't need to share with us how much you weigh. That's completely up to you. But you
Well, 3
definitely
liters would be 101 ounces.
okay, so that's not
Yeah.
enough.
Well, it depends on how much you weigh.
I guess. Oh yeah, true. I guess it depends on how much you weigh.
Okay, so, that would be what I would have because that is 100 ounces and I weigh 200 pounds.
Mhm. Okay, so yes,
So
you cut it in
still
half. So you take how much you weigh. So let's just say, let's do the easy math, the 200 pounds, and you cut that in half, which is 100. And then that's how many ounces of water you should drink in a day. So
yeah,
then if you're drinking it in like cups or liters, you could do the math of figuring out how many ounces fit into that.
yeah,
But also then drink more if you're active, drink more if you're in a hot environment. So
yeah.
So take that as your base. Your base should be half of your pounds in
Take
ounces.
your weight, divide it in half, and that's how many ounces you should have.
Yes, but the weight in pounds, keep that in mind. It's not going
Yeah.
on uh what's the other thing that people weigh in
Kilograms.
different countries? Kilograms?
We don't know
Mhm.
the kilogram conversion. You'll have to
No,
figure that
no,
one out yourself.
no, this
Anyway,
is not a math class here, people.
okay, so do we wanna move on to the next one?
Okay, yeah, I just have to get it ready really, really quickly. Here I was all into this particular
I
one.
know, we love our water. I was
Yes,
actually in a
water.
competition with somebody. She said, "Oh, we'll just do a challenge and see who drinks the most water." So every time we'd finish basically a glass of water, whatever the ounces were, whether it was
Mhm.
a 16-ounce glass or a 24-ounce glass, didn't matter. We would text each other. She finally said, "I quit. I can't keep up with you." That
Like,
was
I
last
could
month.
totally guzzle water, like, super fast. I mean, that's literally what I do when I wake up in the morning is drink water.
Yeah, I now that I work from home, I'm way less apt to drink what I'm supposed to, so I get to work on that. Okay, myth or truth? You must walk 10,000 steps per day.
Yep. Alright. So what do you think? Myth or truth? You must walk 10,000 steps per day. I mean, again, this sounds really good, and we have been told this a
Mhm.
lot of times, but is it actually true? Doo, doo, doo. No guesses? No guesses?
It is actually a myth.
It's also a
Again,
myth.
it is just really good marketing.
Mhm.
Really good marketing.
Yeah, a lot of these things that we've been talking about are
They're
marketing
just
things.
that's all it was, is it started as a marketing thing. Now, I can see where it started because I worked at Home Depot. Like, I would have, 18, 20,000 steps a day without trying. Well, a friend of mine started tracking her steps. She had never tracked them. She had less than 2,000 steps in a day. I do more than that running around my house.
Mhm.
And so I can see where 10,000 steps was a huge stretch for her, but she was
Yeah.
also morbidly obese and ended up losing 140 pounds. So,
Wow.
there was I guess in her case some truth to it. But okay,
Yeah.
so
So
I
have you like, those of you who are watching, have you ever tried walking 10,000 steps in a day and actually tracked it? Like, using a smartwatch or remember the little clip-on pedometers?
oh my gosh, yes.
Those were such a big thing for a while. I think that, like, insurance companies were giving them out, schools were giving them out. They were even coming in cereal boxes. Remember when cereal boxes used to have, like, little, like,
Good
things
stuff.
inside? Like, yeah, they weren't filled with all of, like, the bad ingredients back then, but they would also always have some sort of a prize. Like, I remember all different kinds of things, toys and things in there. But anyway, the pedometer was in there for a while.
Yeah. So I just pulled up on my Fitbit my average monthly steps or my average steps per day. Sorry, my average steps per day for the month of March was 6,374.
That's awesome. Yeah, mine I think is around 7,000. And again, this is based on your body. Because there is no set, so this one obviously I think we already said is a myth. So there isn't actually a set amount that's good for everybody of how many steps you should do per day. It's very much like the water, like, it's based on your body, your current activity level. Walking is very good for you. It's known as, like, a zone 2 workout, I believe. It's where your heart rate is anyway. And so it's actually very good, especially if you are a middle-aged woman. Really, any woman should be doing a lot of zone 2 workouts that keep your heart in zone 2. It's not an extreme type of workout or anything like that. And walking is just, first of all, if you're getting outside walking, it's so good because there's nature around you. There's so many other benefits to walking. But you also want to make sure that you are keeping in mind of, you can't go from barely walking or doing under 2,000 steps a day all of a sudden to shooting for 10,000 a day. You're going to be putting your body into stress. And so
Mhm.
you want to find that maybe challenge yourself to do a little bit more every day, but not an extreme like that. But if you're already averaging about like 10 to 12,000 steps a day, you obviously don't necessarily want to decrease it because your body's going to be like, you know, doing less activity. So it really is based on your current activity level, what your goals are, and also what is recommended for your body type and your size, your blood type. Who knew? Like that blows
No,
my mind that based on your blood type there are certain things you should be doing or not doing, eating or not eating. Like that's just so crazy to me.
I know. It is. It's nuts. I mean, it very specifically said in there that there were certain blood types that should not do aerobic exercise.
Wow.
So that's where the steps could be perfect for you.
Yeah.
And I guess basically what we're saying is you start from square one. Where am I now? Start tracking
Mhm.
your average steps and then you can gradually increase. But there is no magic number that you're going to be perfectly healthy at 10,000 steps.
Mhm.
If you're currently doing 18 to 20 like I was at work, when I dropped down to less than 5, trust me, the weight came back and I was like, how is this happening? Oh wait, I'm not walking and standing for 8 hours a day on concrete. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't miss that. So,
All right. So last one here. Myth or truth? Support changes everything. Boom, boom. What do you think? This one is actually true.
yeah, 100% true. And this just doesn't fall only into one category.
Right, right. This is about your nutrition, your mindset, your body, your physical body, like so many things. If you're getting support in that area, if you're supporting that area of your body and your life, then it's going to help. It's always going to help. Support is always going to be helpful and
Yeah,
it changes everything. Because we
absolutely.
can't
And whether
do it all alone. We don't necessarily know all of the right answers. We don't always know the right way of doing things. And so getting that support is helpful.
absolutely. And supporting your body. You
Mhm.
know, do focus on how you're nourishing your body. I
Mhm.
started studying the Bible and wellness together, and it's been I haven't got very far. I'm only a few days in, but it's interesting because, um, like today, I'm reading the second verse that I'm doing, and it's where Adam eats the apple, or I don't know that it's really an apple, but he eats the
Right.
fruit.
The fruit. Yeah.
What hit me was he listened to the world, his wife, not God.
Mm.
It hit me so hard, and I was like, "Oh, so there's where, you get to have discernment no matter what is being spilled out to you." As you
Mhm.
saw, all of these myths that came out, it's good
Yep.
marketing.
Yep. There's
So
so much stuff that's out there, especially now. I mean, we've heard all of these things for years, even before the days of social media. But think about now. Everything is out there on social media.
mhm.
It's like, what do you believe? Are these things true or are they not true? It's like it's almost like it's April Fool's Day every day because we're these things are being
No,
thrown in our face, whether it be about our health, whether it be about anything. And these things are being thrown in your face, and you need to make the decision of, hey, do I believe this or not?
exactly.
So
So,
it's
nourishment versus restriction. Give yourself good nutrition, not restriction.
mhm. Yeah, if you focus more, and that's the other thing too, is that like your focus is where it's at. So if you're focusing constantly on cutting back on things, so we mentioned not having as much sugar, but if that's all you're focusing on is that restricting of the things, then you're going to just feel like you are restricted all the time. You're just not going to be happy. So if you focus on the things that you can have, nourishing your body. Ooh, what has all of these good for me ingredients? What makes me feel good? What makes my body feel good? All of that, if you're focusing on what you can have versus what you can't have, that's going to be even better.
I heard somebody say it once, focus on addition, not subtraction. Because eventually, after you've added in so many things, you're just naturally going to delete the things you don't need.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
thought that was a great way to do it. Focus on addition, not subtraction.
Yeah. That's a great saying. I like that.
Yeah. And
And also support versus pressure.
yes.
So support your body, get the support you need versus pressuring yourself because the more stress you're putting on yourself, the more harm you're doing.
Yeah. And I think that also goes for coaches.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
you and I are big advocates of coaches, and you want a coach that is supportive, that's going to hold you high, not let you slack, but also not going to be okay. I go back to like exercise and remember the old push it and push it. And if it doesn't hurt, it's not working. And no pain, no gain. That's
Right, right.
a whole nother
And
myth. But that's a case of pressure, not support.
right, exactly. And I do have to say, one of the things that I love to do with every single person that I coach, one of the very first things, I mean, if you've ever had me as a coach, you know, one of the very first things that I ask at the beginning of our call when we are talking, whether we talk weekly, whether we talk bi-weekly, whether we talk monthly or quarterly, whatever, I'm always asking, what are you celebrating? Because focusing on what have you done? What have you accomplished? What are the actions that you've taken? I mean, you could go on and on, I'm sure, about all of the things you may have failed at or didn't do or
Mhm.
didn't reach, but I don't want to know about that. I want you to focus on what you did do. And then how can we use that for momentum to get you into action for the next things? And so I do love that the fact that both of us are coaches who are working with people and not telling people what to do, but encouraging them and doing things along with them. There's a difference. And so make sure that if you do get support through a coach, through an accountability partner, whatever it is, make sure it's somebody who is encouraging you and helping you and actually supporting you versus being hard on you. The being hard on you only works for so long. It really, I mean, it could be helpful in the beginning, but it really is actually going to be detrimental in the end.
Yes. Yes.
Because
And
you shouldn't be made to feel bad about yourself. That's not the
yeah,
point.
exactly. And
Mhm.
consistency versus extremes.
Yeah.
Which we've talked about many times. You don't go from, doing nothing to 2 hours in the gym. You don't go from eating 6,000 calories a day to try to drop down to, 1,500 calories if that's where you're supposed to be. Those are extremes.
Mhm.
Consistently, okay, this is where I am. This is where I want to go. Now, what's the path to get there? And you consistently take baby steps. I love the
Yep.
word baby steps.
Oh,
Baby
I
steps.
love baby steps too. That's so important because we can't necessarily jump from this mountain to that mountain. But guess what? We can take little baby steps all the way down, and then all the way back up, all the way back up. And guess what? We're still going to end up there. But guess what? We didn't die in the process.
Exactly. Or you find yourself a coach that's already built the bridge that can get you there a little bit quicker and
Yes.
supported and consistently and safely.
Yes. Yes. Look at us with our metaphors.
I know. Can you tell that we've done the work? Can you tell that we've had coaches? Gee, I don't know. We've had many coaches. I think Jenny, I've had several coaches. I think Jenny is still definitely one of my favorites, if not my absolute favorite.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. So you just want to make sure that you are supporting your mind, body, soul rather than punishing it.
yes.
And we hinted already about next week's Wellness Wake Up Weekly. We're doing ingredient trivia. And so you want to be sure that not only do you tune in. So we have been going live for how many weeks now? Do you remember how many weeks it has been? 20 Today is the 27th episode. So
How's
next
that
week will
one?
be
I don't
28.
remember.
So there's a lot of this out there as far as information. If you want to tune in, check out our YouTube channels because Facebook doesn't save things for very long. So
No.
check out the YouTube channels for all of our previous episodes. You can do a little search, but be sure to tune in next week. Like literally next week is going to be so much fun. It's going to be a trivia show. So you want to tune in, you want to save your, save the date. So it's Wednesday, April 8th at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. And it's going to be ingredient trivia, healthy or harmful, and test your knowledge. Be sure to invite your friends so that, and we already have an event set up. So if you are on Facebook, if you are on YouTube, you should see that it's a scheduled live on YouTube and it's an event on our Facebook profile. If you go under events, you can see it. So be sure to check it out, invite your friends, put it on your calendar, tune in. We want you to participate in the ingredient trivia because
Yes.
we are going to be putting up the words that are hard to pronounce and you get to guess if it's good for you or bad for you.
Yeah.
So
And if you go into the event, you can click interested or going, and then you'll get the reminders also.
Yeah. And you can even add it to your calendar, which is cool. Like it will let you do that now through Facebook, where you can add it to your calendar and it sends you reminders, which is super helpful because we know we're all busy. And we're also going to be doing giveaways. So be sure to tune in because you want to participate in the trivia game as well as get some giveaways like ooh.
And only people that are live get the giveaways. So we won't.
Yeah, you have to tune in live. We're not doing it for people who watch the replay. You have to be there live in order to get a giveaway.
Okay, Crystal asked a question. What do we search in YouTube? Well, Crystal, if you go to my YouTube channel, if there's something you want information on, like you want information on stress or you want information on, I don't know, what else have we talked about?
Oh my goodness.
All kinds of things. Basically, anything that you want and you Google it or you search it in my YouTube, it will bring up all of the past episodes that applies to. Does that make sense?
So Christine, yours is under your name, right? So if you look in YouTube under Christine Lunceford, you should be able to find Christine's channel. And then mine is under Building Upward. And yes, when you go to them, first of all of our Wellness Wake Up Weeklies are going to be under the live tab on both of our channels. Do you have yours as a podcast yet or not quite yet? Not yet. Mine is under is also under podcasts as well. And so you can go either to the live tab or the podcast tab to find all of the episodes. But you can also, there's a search bar on the channel. So you can go into the search bar and look for specific words that you are looking for, and it will find the episodes that we've done or other videos we have up there, because both of us have other content on our YouTube channels as well, not just the Wellness Wake Up Weekly episodes. So there's so much information out there.
Oh, yeah. You can watch the whole journey of me going from, holy cow, does she really know what she's doing? To, I'm getting a little better. Anyway,
yes.
You're welcome, Crystal.
But it's fun. And so be sure to tune in next week. And it's going to be so much fun. Invite your friends. It's more fun with people.
Oh, yeah. And we've gone over again this week, and next week we'll probably go over even more. So hopefully not.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll try to keep it short and sweet, but we like to talk.
Yeah, we have much
fun. Yes. Well, have an amazing day, everyone. We hope you had fun today with our special April Fool's edition. If you just tuned in at the end, you can go back and watch the replay as soon as it's ready. And then that way you can take a peek at what was myth or truth. Since it is April Fool's, we thought we would do a fun episode like that. So anyway, and then next week is our ingredient trivia. So
yes, which will be
awesome.
fun.
I'm so excited about that. Okay. Have an amazing week, everyone.